Mina Mendoza, little girl, big personality, queen of spice. We back, baby. We back. We took a nice little break for the month of February. Anybody who doesn't know, I take 2 breaks throughout the year. Your girl's consistent. Let me tell you, I always take a break for the month of February, and then I usually take a break for the month of August. So we are back. We're here. Mercury's in the microwave again. We all know Mina Mendoza loves her, little astrology, spiritual, whatever, astronomy talks. I'm not sure what you will call that, but yeah, I like all that.
Yeah.
But hopefully, y'all have been doing amazing. I missed y'all. I miss being on camera for every week for y'all. It's beautiful. It's amazing to be back. As y'all can see, I got a spicy little sweater. Yeah, y'all gonna be seeing me this. I got a lot of merch. I'm working on my merch, my little spicy line. So I got a lot of stuff coming on. You're gonna see me. I'm going to try to stay consistent. Every time you see me on the show, I'm going to have a spicy type of, merch, all that. I want to make sure that I can wear it first so that you could see how it looks
It's
on.
looking spicy.
And why wouldn't I wear my own merch? It's my own merch. That shit is popping. You feel me? That shit's spicy. That shit's not bland. But look, shout out to my sweater, though. I like how it looks like Ivy League-ish, like Ivy League sweater. It almost looks like it should say Harvard, but it says spicy, period. I love it. I saw it. I was like, oh, I like it. So, yeah, you're going to see me with just more spicy merch. You feel me? All right, so it's the month of March. I do want to definitely make a couple shout-outs because we got something cooking in the kitchen. All right, first of all, we got a beautiful event happening next Saturday. Specifically, just making sure we got the dates right. We got March 14th, 2026 here at Bravery Studios. We have Hidden Gems Part 3. Hosted by the one and only Mina Mendoza, little girl, big personality, queen of spice. And I'll be returning, hosting Hidden Gems Part 3. Thank you for Professor Knox for curating this beautiful event. He is the, the maker of this event. Thank you for allowing me to host this for you. Thank you for allowing me to be me, and thank you for allowing me, to be a part of, your work and what you got going on. But yes, shout out to Bravery Studios. It's our first time having it here in the studios. Shout out to Untouchables Bar. We've always had it in that location, still, beautiful location. However, we're bringing it here. So I'll let you know, we got a couple performances. We got Scatterbrain, we got The Logos, SC Static, we got Star Bar, we got Mock City, we got Action Figure 973. There's also a special guest. So it's going to be real big vibes. And those are performances. We also have live beat sets. We got live beat sets by Sam Rothstein, Well Connected, and of course, yours truly, Professor Knox. It's going to be a whole vibe. Hidden Gems, Part 3, hosted by Mina Mendoza, March 14, 2026, Saturday, 7 to 11 p.m. Make sure to get your tickets. There's actually, you could go on my Instagram page, Bravery Studios, Professor Knox. There's a QR code. Tickets are $15. Definitely show up, support. Let's build the community. Let's network. Let's continuously let's make the magic happen. It's going to be a vibe. Next Saturday, come join us. Come join the vibe. Period. All right. I wanted to make that announcement. I feel good about it. Hey, shout out to Knox. All right. So, feels good to be back. It definitely feels good to be back. Also, shout out to SC Static. SC Static, who's going to be one of our performers. He's actually going to be blessing the Mina Mendoza Show. Long time coming. I met SC Static last summer, actually at a Hidden Gems event. He was one of the performers. But he's going to be blessing the Mina Mendoza Show on March 19th. So basically the week after the event, we're going to have him and a couple of his people. We're going to talk about the event and yeah, just, check him out. So shout out to you, SC Static. We got you coming. We got you coming. All right. So we got some topics right now. I just got to talk about it because I'm going to make a little announcement just because I'm proud. I'm proud of it. All right, so I gave up some stuff. First of all, we are in Lent, Lent. Yeah, right? We don't talk about religion here, but we're going to be talking about it today. Not that I became religious, but I'm going to be real. Like, I was raised Catholic. Am I a devoted Catholic? No. Was I raised Catholic? Yeah. Do I know about it? Yeah. So I was like, you know what? That's it. Be spiritual. So, like, my friends, I have a couple friends that are right now celebrating Ramadan. Shout out to E, Penny sometimes, when you have the willpower. But shout out to everybody celebrating Ramadan. And, I'm hearing my friends are like, how they're fasting and stuff like that. And I, bless them. Also, anybody that is going through Ramadan, bless to y'all. I know you guys are able to break fast now. Like, it's like 5:45, 6 o'clock. So grab that meal, grab that feast, drink some water. I know towards the end it does get later. So sending Mina Mendoza, sending her support. But yeah, like, talking about Ramadan and all that, and Eid coming up, I was like, you know what? Like, there is Lent also happening. And I feel like the thing about Lent and like with Catholic religions is like I was taught like, oh, you just don't eat meat on Fridays. Like that's what I was learned about. But it's actually like you give up something. And I remember a long time ago, Mina Mendoza actually went vegetarian. I'm not kidding. I went vegetarian for like 2 years. That shit was crazy. My mom thought I was going to die. I told her, I came home and I was like, yeah, Ma, I just don't eat meat no more. She's like, so you're just going to eat rice and beans? I was like, yeah. She's like, just rice and beans. Yo, I swear to God, my mom thought I was going to die. Like, it's just for you not to eat that type of protein in a Hispanic household is very, like, diabolical to them. No, seriously. Like, they're going to think you're doing drugs. They're going to think a whole bunch of stuff. And then obviously, that's where you educate and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And then that's when I used to be like, yeah, man, like, like, I'm not just going to eat rice and beans. I eat rice and beans, put the plátanos, totones, and you just eat that shit up. Not good. All right, but anyways, going back to the main topic, I'm giving up some stuff. So, like, for Lent, which the last day of Lent is Easter, so Mina Mendoza gave up fast food. And this is all types of fast food. My friends, shout out to the gang. Shout out to the gang. They know who they are. Holding me accountable. Because it's like, it's not just McDonald's and Burger King and Wendy's, dog. It's everything. Like, I was like there today at past Shake Shack. I'm like, yo, Shake Shack fast food? They're like, yes. I was like, damn. So I was just like, it sucks. So I gave up fast food. I gave up soda. One thing about Mina Mendoza, look how sad I look. One thing about Mina Mendoza, y'all, I love Coca-Cola. I love Coca-Cola. Man, oh man, I love Coca-Cola. And yeah, I gave that shit up. It's just sad.
Emotional damage.
For real. I gave up soda. I gave up fast food. I also gave up liquor. I haven't drank for a while. And I made a goal. I made a baby goal for myself. I'm trying to go to the gym minimum 4 times, maximum 5 times a week. I'm just trying to stay active. Again, the end goal is April 6th. If I could go further, I will. But look at this, Mina Mendoza out here being healthy, like, period. We into healthy shit this year. I want to live forever. I want to live forever for y'all, I want to be doing the Mina Mendoza show till, like, I'm viejita. I think that would be the goal. I would love to do the Mina Mendoza show till I'm old. I want to be the longest streaming podcaster in the world. That's the goal. That's the goal. All right. But speaking about fast food, I gotta talk about it. Has anyone seen the video about the McDonald's CEO taking a bite of the big arch burger? Marv, you seen that video? So there's a video going viral. I think it came out last week. I didn't even know I never put a face to the McDonald's CEO person. I always think of Ronald McDonald. Even though, like, he's not the CEO, obviously. But, like, when I think of McDonald's, that's who I'm thinking. That or the purple chicken nugget. Like, that's exactly what I'm thinking about. All right. But apparently, there is a CEO of McDonald's. And a video came out. And they're promoting this, like, new burger called the Big Arch. And the CEO goes on camera, right? And, he like goes like, yeah, like this is the new arch burger, blah, blah, blah. I'm just going to take a bite out of this product. Puts the burger in front of the camera. And then like, yo, when you see him take this bite wasn't even like substantial. That bite was like me, if I bite a burger, right? So I'm going to pretend I'm eating a burger right now. I'm going to pretend I took a real bite. No.
Huh?
It's just like, you go into the burger. This guy was like this. I don't know if y'all can catch that on camera, but I was just like, when you see him take a bite out of the burger, and then to make it worse, he flips the burger around to show his bite because he's so proud of it. And yo, this bite, my son is 10 years old and he could take a bigger bite than that.
That's crazy.
Yo, shit was crazy. And then he's like, yeah, so delicious, so good. And yet, when you see the video, like, it just doesn't look convincible. Like, you look like you don't even want to bite your burger. So, of course, it got spicy. It got spicy. Yo, Burger King was like, yo, I'm going to fuck you up. I'm going to fuck you up now. So, yo, I don't know who created the trend, but here comes Burger King out of nowhere. Nowhere. It's like, who invited you? Did you make a new burger, or you just want to be sassy? So here comes the CEO of Burger King, right? Yo, the CEO of Burger King creates a video. His video is actually cooler because the one from McDonald's looks like he's hanging out in like some weird part of the office. That shit don't even look. They don't even have like McDonald's stuff in the background. Nothing. So the one from Burger King, he actually, like, when he does his video actually looks a little bit more realistic because he's like in like a fast food kitchen. Like, you see like all the metallic like hardware and stuff. So he gets his Whopper and shit. The burger actually looks better. Like, he unwraps it in front of us and all that. It wasn't like, I think in like the McDonald's one, it was already unwrapped. So like, he fucking takes his burger, right? And yo, he takes a bite. And when he takes a bite, he had like something left over in his lip and he actually licks it. So I was like, see, that's a bite. That's a bite. And that was the Burger King CEO. But of course, it's not enough. Here comes Wendy's. I wish I was playing with y'all, but I'm not. The CEO of Wendy's goes like, well, and it's so funny though, because they throw like little shade at each other. The Whopper, I think he was saying like little things that make like the Whopper burger so unique, like the lettuce and blah, blah, blah. So like, of course, when the Wendy's CEO guy comes, he's like, yeah, our never frozen fresh burgers. Because that's like the Wendy's slogan, right? Like, never frozen. So like, he comes and takes a bite. Yo, but Wendy's, yo. When the Wendy's guy the CEO guy takes a bite, dog, yo, he takes a bite and he goes like, yo, he took 3. Yo, he low-key finished the whole burger. So it's just so funny. Like, I was just looking at this clip and I was like, damn, McDonald's, you gotta come. What are you gonna do? Yo, if I see Taco Bell make a video, I'm gonna be like, no, that's it. But let me know what y'all think. I'm so sorry. I can't see the comments right now. So if we got some comments on IG, I love y'all. I'm not sure if we have comments on YouTube. It's okay. I love y'all still. But let me know if anybody has seen the video. I think it's quite hilarious. Who do you think would have the best burger bite. It was McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's. Who do we have left? Like, that's like iconic burger places. I know we got like White Castle, but that's like once in a blue. Like, White Castle tastes mad good, but that shit is like once in a blue. All right. We're going to transition, though. We're going to transition. Hopefully, I got y'all with me. I had myself cackling at that. That shit was funny. That shit was mad funny. Hey, shout out to Marv. Thank you, Marv. Hey, all right, we here. We can see comments, Doug. We can see comments. All right, let's go. Let's transition, though. I had a nice cup of coffee today, so it's real nice. Real nice. All right.
Yeah.
So, we talked a little bit about the CEO, the fast food places. Another thing I want to talk about is, I guess, like, what discipline habit do you feel like changed your life for the most? And, you know, I talked about a little bit of things that I'm giving up. I ain't gonna lie. Since Mina giving up some of those things, I'm a little bit more, like, I see things more in clarity. I feel like I am more, like, lighter. I don't know. It feels good. But I do feel like you want to make changes. Like, this is the whole point of change, right? Is that you want to make a change to see if it's for the better. Don't change for someone else. You feel me? Like, I didn't change for someone else. I changed to challenge myself to see if, you know, a healthier lifestyle, like challenging myself to see if, like, I could think differently or anything like that. But it's for myself. You feel me? So when you make these changes or these type of commitments, don't do it for someone else. Well, maybe you can, like, if it's for your mom or something like that, that's nice. But, like, don't forget about yourself. And that's what I feel like a lot of people tend to forget, is that the best relationship you could have is with yourself. And sometimes when you challenge yourself, that's like such a beautiful way to learn more about yourself, if that makes sense. Because if you don't challenge yourself, you can't really see what your potential could be. It's like, you're so comfortable. You're going to keep doing things that are comfortable. When you do shit that is different, it's just like, you got to do things different. You got to move different. You got to think different. So just, you know, always make sure you're doing it for yourself. Keep yourself fresh. Keep yourself going. That's it. Dropping gems. Mina Mendoza. Let's go.
Do it!
Let's go. Exactly. Just do it. All right, so we're going to keep it fresh. We're going to transition. So we talked a little bit about making commitments, just like transitioning into that. A little bit about the burgers. Another thing I do want to talk about is just like, there's a lot of crazy stuff happening in the world. I ain't going to lie. And I was thinking about it the other day. And I want to ask y'all, if a zombie apocalypse happened tonight, what are you doing? No, deadass. Like, I hope my community of people are not failing me right now. Like, deadass, what are you doing? I better hope no one goes live. I better hope no one goes live or post about it. Like, I'm telling y'all right now, you know, I just get those plans ready. I'm not saying the zombie apocalypse is going to happen, but what I am saying is just, like, as a person, you know, I always feel like you got to know how to protect yourself and shit. Like, shit is crazy out here right now. Mad crazy. You know, so I just do feel like teach yourself new things. The last thing you want is, you know, God forbid, you know, crackhead comes and kills you. Because it's like you're not ready to adapt and evolve, dog. Like, I'm just saying. It's just, hey, learn some skills. I think this is the time out of all times right now to just learn a skill. I think the first skill we should all learn how to do as human beings is learn how to build a fire. I'm just saying. Marv, you know how to build a fire? I don't. For real? You did it before? It worked? When was the last time you built the fire? You can build a fire now? Okay, we should all learn how to build a fire. I think everybody should learn how to build a fire. Because, like, there's not going to be matches. There's not going to be a lighter. I think that's a number one survival skill. Learn how to build the fire. I'm going to leave it up to y'all. What's another survival skill that is like, F a zombie apocalypse, just like anything, survival skill 101. What's a survival skill that you think every person should know how to do? Mine, start a fire. Marv, what's yours?
To cook.
Yours should be know how to swim because your ass is scared of water.
I'm not scared of water.
Oh, okay, my bad.
I just don't swim.
You don't like the beach.
I don't like the beach.
Okay.
But I'm not scared of water.
But what if you fall off a boat?
I don't know.
Gotta learn how to swim.
Yeah, one day.
Challenge yourself. Period. Hey, we got Steph in the building. Steph, let me ask you. You are the perfect person for this. Steph, what is a survival skill that all humans should have? I said start a fire. Marv said learn how to swim. No, my bad. But let me hear
I said
it.
cook.
Learn how to cook. Learn how to cook. Learn how to cook. Steph, what is a survival skill that you think a human can have if you're still there? Let me know. Write it in the chat. Write it in the chat. All right. I want to ask everybody, who here, because I am Hispanic, Latina heritage. I grew up with Telemundo and Univision. I grew up with that shit, straight up. So I grew up with Primer Impacto and novelas. That was growing up. And Despierta America, every time I had to go to school. What I'm telling you, the nostalgia I have of Despierta America, Despierta America. That's how I knew it was time to go to school. And the thing is, you put it on. There's a watch right there with, the weather. It was nice. It was nice. So, I forgot what I was talking about. Wait, what did I say? Oh, Latina household. Okay, going back. Thank you, Marv. So I grew up watching novelas. The amount of novelas I've seen my mom watch, wow. Classics. Esmeralda, it was about that blind girl. Luz Clarita, that Mexican child star. So many, El Premio Mayor. So many, I still remember their names. And I must say, growing up watching novelas, just because, growing up in the hood, we didn't have a lot of TV. So it's just whoever was watching that TV for that moment, you just had to respect it, and what I knew is from 7, there was a certain time that I was just asked out. It was just that was just my mom's time with the TV. But novelas, that shit was dramatic. The fight scenes, the scenarios, the dramas was wild. That shit had me exposed to different type of problems when I was a kid. I was that can really happen? That can really happen? That your sister's aunt had your best friend's baby? I don't know. It'd be some crazy Jerry Springer title, and someone always dies in some crazy way. There's always a death, a cheating scandal, the lies. And let's not forget about the soundtracks, Whoever was in charge of novela soundtracks, bro, they would make Law and Order look like nothing. Nothing. I feel I gotta tap into that. Who does novela background soundtrack noises? Those slaps. How many times you gotta slap? What would be a slapping sound? It'd be some crazy shit. So it's just you know what I mean? It's just growing up Latina in a Hispanic household. I must say, there was always something going on, always. And our news, man, watching the news, watching American news, and all that, it's alright. Watching Spanish news, they be wildin'. They show your whole house. When they show behind the scenes, they don't give no fucks at all. They showing your whole house. They might blur your face, they might not. And when they do the entrevistas, the interviews, when they catch the people in the street, they're letting out your whole business. I I think Spanish news is fire. And yo, let me tell you something. The honeys.
Yeah.
I know I was shorty, so I wasn't looking at it a bit too much, but I remember going to school with the boys or whatever, and that's one thing they all looked at. Because it was never like a man giving like it was always like they had them doing the weather. Yo, the honeys doing the weather, yo, fat asses. Like the only like bodacious bodies, yo, de que va a llover el domingo. Like, yo, anybody who grew up in a Latino Hispanic household knows what I'm talking about. It's either the news reporter has like a popping ass body or whatever. You grew up with Primer Impacto, novelas, and Sábado Gigante. That's it. Tell me if I'm wrong. El caso cerrado, yo, dead ass. Steph, you got that shit, caso cerrado. And for the Peruvians, Laura. Yeah, that shit was crazy work. Hey, shout out to E, my boy E in the building. I hope you broke fast beautifully, my friend. All right, let's transition. Let me know your favorite novela growing up as a kid. Let me know the craziest scenario you ever seen in a novela as a kid. I want to know about it. I want to share our traumas. I'm here for it. All right, let's go. All right. Ooh, one thing we could talk about is dating apps. Has anyone ever dabbled with dating apps before? You know, no judgment. I feel like dating apps are cool. I don't think there's anything wrong with a dating app. I know there's a lot of dating apps nowadays. You have like Tinder, you have like Hinge, there's like Bumble. There's like plenty of there's like some that are like just for certain like communities. So like, you know, there's something for everybody, honestly. Excuse me. So I guess like with dating apps, let me ask y'all, are y'all opposed to using a dating app? Have y'all ever used a dating app? Have y'all ever met someone on a dating app? I want to know about it. Now, Mina Mendoza, have I ever played around with dating apps? Yes, I have dabbled with dating apps. I don't think there's nothing wrong with it, you know? I just feel like it all depends how you use it. Because in the end of the day, you're a person, right? And as a person, you can set your boundaries. You can say what you want and what you don't want. You also practice your free will. If you're not feeling the date, you can walk out. You don't have to sit there. Just be real. Be like, yo, I'm not feeling this. I'm out. That's it. Bye. But have y'all ever met someone on a dating app? How do y'all feel about that? How soon do you feel like it's too soon to meet someone on a dating app? Do you think it's okay to like have a conversation with someone right there and then meet them that night? Do you feel like there's a timeline like, oh, I gotta maybe talk to you for like maybe 2 to 3 weeks before I meet you in person? Do you share Instagrams? Like, what does that look like? For me, I think when it comes to meeting a person, I've never met a person the same day of the dating app. Would I? No. I just feel like for me, in my perspective, I feel like I need to have more of a conversation and like I need to make sure that like I'm safe, you know? Like I feel like if I don't really know you like that, one, can it be exciting and fun? Yeah, but it could also be dangerous. Let's not forget, like, you want to keep yourself safe. So would I meet someone off the bat? Not really. Would I, is just, if you do it, just be safe. Share your location with somebody if you can. Go to a public space. I do feel like in order to meet someone, I would probably want to talk to them for at least 2 weeks. Like that gives me like a healthy timeline. It also shows me that you could be consistent. Because if I could have a consistent conversation for 2 weeks, that just shows that I can have a conversation with you. I could talk to you. So meeting you is like the next step. All right, how can we take this to the next step now, So I think like 2 weeks consistently though is like a good timeline. are there different levels to dating apps? I mean, like, I'm not sure. A lot of people say that, like, if you use Tinder, it's more for, like, hooking up. But it's just like, yo, you never know who you're going to meet. You know what I mean? And if that's the case, I do feel like there are certain avenues now with dating apps that if that's what you want to do is just hook up, I think there's like options where you could just go to that, you know? So I feel like what I've seen dating apps do, if they made it more seamless and they've done it better in separating it, you know? Like, I think Bumble's dope. They have a Bumble where you could just meet friends. So like, say you're brand new to like a state and you have no friends, you know, and that shit does happen. And maybe you have a job that you're always busy where it's not convenient for you to go to a bar or restaurant and just meet people. You know, Bumble meeting friends, I think that shit's dope. I don't think there's no shame for someone doing that. Same thing if you're meeting someone just to meet someone, you know? It's just what I think is not healthy is someone who is abusing it, because let's be real, there has been some creeps on it, like the Tinder swindler. If you have not seen that documentary on Netflix, please do. I think it's still there. But it was like a guy that was like manipulating women, a whole bunch of them, for like years, and he ended up like financially putting them in like burdens. It was like wild. But like, that's what I mean. Like, don't abuse it like that. I feel like it could be dope, you know? Also, like, just keep yourself safe. Practice your free will. Don't gotta be crazy. I think it's cool. If we can have a social network like Instagram, why can't we have something to just date? I think that's okay. I'm not against it. I think people, do your thing, people. Do your thing. Just be safe, you know, and that's it. What's a big red flag on a dating profile? So I guess let's dig a little deeper. I mean, so to me, I feel like when I was looking through like dating apps, like profiles, I feel like a red flag for me is someone that doesn't put enough, you know? It's too blank, because that could be a scammer. That could be a freaking scammer, you know? So if you don't have like enough information for me to like absorb, that like is a little red flaggy. Also, believe it or not, and I've heard this from my friends, so apparently the newest thing with dating apps now is that guys, maybe girls too, but I've only heard it with guys so far. Guys recently have been becoming notorious for lying about their height. I had a conversation with one of my friends, and like we were just like on the phone, and we were like, you know, I was just like on the dating app or whatever, and they were saying how they met up with dude, and dude said on his profile that he was 5'7", but when they met in person, he was actually 5'3".
That's suspicious.
100%, because that is a big jump, and that, my friends, like honestly, going into a red flag. Like, just be real, bro. If you short, you short. It's not okay to lie about it, you know? It's not okay, because, okay, before anybody says, oh, it's not okay to judge people, da-da-da-da, no, because if that's their preference, that's their preference. What if you don't date blondes? And all her profile pictures are brown hair, and all of a sudden she's like blonde. You wouldn't like that. It's just the whole point. If you wouldn't like it, if you don't, you wouldn't like it if it was done for you. You know what I mean? So I feel like a red flag, just always be honest, you know? Even when it comes to having kids too. Like, I feel like that's one thing that my other friend told me. It's like, you should be honest and say if you have kids or if you want to have kids. And they do put that option in the profile, which I think is dope, because as you get older, that's a conversation. Like, yo, like, you're in your 30s. Do you see yourself having kids or you don't see yourself having kids? I don't want to waste my time, you know, if you have that agenda for yourself in your life. So I feel like dating apps now have done a great job in making it less red flaggy, if that makes sense. So I do have to give kudos, because I feel like, you know, thinking to what dating apps were 15 years ago, there wasn't really like a variety, and they didn't have as much updates as they do now, you know? So, like, I don't know. When it comes to red flags, it's just not being honest. Red flags, the whole height thing, like I mentioned. I feel like another red flag too is when someone puts pictures with their friends. I don't know why, but like what I mean is like there's sometimes where you'll go through profiles and it's like a group picture or a picture of two guys. And it's like, don't you like not have a picture of yourself, like of yourself? Like why? No, 100%. Now I have to go through your profile and figure out who the fuck I'm talking to. I'm just like, who is it? The guy in the left or the green? Like, just like be grown. Like, you don't gotta take portraits of yourself, but like take some selfies, dog. Take some solo pictures. If you like in your 40s and you're putting group pictures and shit, like that's weird. I don't know. That. I want to say it's red flaggy, but that's weird. That would make me swipe left. I will swipe left, 100%. All right. I guess this is a topic that we could talk about now, just because we still have a little bit of time. Should women spend money on men? I think so. I think people should spend money on people. It doesn't really matter of the gender. But what I do feel like is, unfortunately, like there is some women that, sometimes, they'll go out and not have money. I just think as a person, let me take that back actually. I think as a person, if you're going to go out, you should have money. You should not go out and not have money. You shouldn't put that burden onto someone else. Like if you're going to go out clubbing, man or woman, if you're going out clubbing, like dressing nice, you should be able to spend at least $120 that night. Like at least. And like, if you can't spend that, you should not go out, like straight up. Or maybe like if you don't drink, okay, cool. You don't got to spend all that amount. But what I'm trying to say is like, you shouldn't put that on someone else. And if you're going out expecting others to buy you drinks, that shit is like whack. That shit's whack. I feel like man, woman, whatever. If you're like going out expecting to get on someone's bottle, expecting to get into someone's section, it's like, what are you doing with your life? What are you doing? What are you doing? Like, seriously, why are you even in this club? You should get a job. Like, like you should not be in here like this. But I don't know. I feel like it's okay to spend money on people. I feel like women will spend money on men. I can't say that they like will spoil them as much, but like I feel like a good woman will spend money on you. If she loves you and she cares about you, she's gonna want to spend her money with you or spend her money on you. Because I feel like if you like someone and like you really care about them, it's almost like when you spend money on them, it's almost like you're investing in them. Like you're seeing things as like, oh, you could have this or you could have that, and this is what will, by having this, will better your life in this section. You know what I mean? So I feel like man or woman, they're gonna spend money on you. Now, if you're in a relationship and you notice that like you're the only one paying for things and this and that, then like maybe just have a conversation and be like, yo, how come you never buy me ice cream? Like, I want some ice cream, dog. Like, it should be fair. I feel like it should be fair. I do feel like because women go through a lot of trauma, though, and we have a lot of emotions, we do deserve a little more TLC, maybe some more presence and all that. But I do feel like men need love too, both of them. Women a little more. I'm going to just say that because I'm a woman and I feel like I can say that, and I am. All right. Have you ever gone out with friends who suddenly forgot their wallet? That's such a hard one. Because it depends what type of friend you are. You feel me? Like, if you a friend that got me, and, you got me, then I got you. That's it. I got you. And then next time we go out, you got me. That's it. That's what it's going to be. Now, if I don't even know you, that's your problem. That's your personal problem. Maybe I'll buy you a shot or a drink here and there because I'm not a Mino. But if like this is something that's on the regular for you, that's your personal problem. Have I ever been in a scenario like that? I'm trying to think to myself real quick. Have I ever been in a scenario with like a broke friend? I feel like with me, I separate myself a lot from those situations, but I'm trying to think to myself, like, have I ever been? Actually, yeah. Yeah, I remember story time. I'm not gonna say no names. And yo, this was like a long time ago. This is like when I just turned 21. So back in the day, I don't know if they still have this bar. Everybody who's from Bergen County knows this bar. I think it was called Donnie and Junior's. Donnie and Junior's in Lodi, and they were infamous because they had $2 Tuesdays. So what $2 Tuesdays means that everything in the bar was $2. Everything. And they did it from a certain time to a certain time. Yo, shout out to my peoples that lived in Saddlebrook, Lodi, Garfield, Hackensack. Anyone in the Bergen County area, does anyone remember Donnie and Junior's? I don't think the bar is still there. This is like before COVID. We're talking about like 2012, 2013. And I remember it was $2 Tuesdays. And I went out with Shorty. I remember I was going to college at that time. I was in school. And I went out with Shorty. And I remember, I forgot what it was that happened. But I remember I bought myself a drink. And she wasn't getting herself anything. And then I was like, all right, whatever. So then, like, we were there for like 4 hours. And yo, for 4 hours, she couldn't tell me that she didn't bring her wallet. She couldn't tell me that she was bringing her wallet. And I like was like, yo, are you serious? You've been watching me drink this whole time? And like, you just been sitting there? I could have bought you mad, just $2. I don't care. Mind you, when she finally let me know that, I started buying her drinks, shots, drinks, took care of her. The whole night is $2, dog. Like, here's $10, go get drunk. Like, really? So I remember, I just didn't care. I took care of her that night. So there comes like another night, we all go together. And I don't think I forgot my wallet. I think I didn't have cash on me. And I lost my debit card. And at that moment, there wasn't no Apple Pay. Apple Pay didn't come to like 2019, 2018. Apple Pay didn't exist back then. So like I was asked out. I didn't have a wallet. So she was like, oh, let's go to Donnie and Junior's. Yo, I'm thinking she gonna take care of me. Yo, she did not buy me one drink. Not one. Not one. I will always remember that. And I was just like, you know what? I always remember that. I think that was the last time I went out with her. I was just like, yo, fuck that. I was just like, yo, she's so cheap. But yeah, that happened to me one time. That's why I don't expect nothing from people. I'm like, you never know, So it's just like when she did that, I was like, all right, whatever. I don't care. It is what it is. Shout out to Donnie and Junior's, though. $2 Tuesdays. $2 Tuesdays. Dang. I think it's going to be my first St. Patrick's Day that I'm not drinking. Because I think St. Patrick's Day is next week. I believe St. Patrick's Day is next week. Next week or the week after that. But yeah, St. Patrick's Day, I feel like that's the... It's like you have St. Patrick's Day and then you have Cinco de Mayo. St. Patrick's Day, you got the whiskey and beer drinkers. And then Cinco de Mayo, you got every drinker. It's just like everything goes down. St. Patrick's Day is just all about drinking. It's all about the Guinness. I guess like any type of like Irish type beer, Guinness. You're talking about your Jamesons, everything. Everybody wears green. I think it's dope. Do I have a favorite St. Patrick's memory? I think I got my first blackout in St. Patrick's Day. Definitely. There was one time I went out for St. Patrick's Day. And this was like back in like 2012. Again, when I turned 21. I think when I turned 21, as you should, it's like you turn 21. You're just like, I am just going to drink every opportunity I have. So like, I remember that first St. Patrick's Day, yo. I blacked out and the next day I had pink eye. What I did, I have no idea. I had a good time though. I didn't get arrested. But like I remember that. Like the next day my eye was swollen. I like apparently I guess like I was doing one of these where like I was drunk and I scratched my cornea and I had blacked out. Like that was my St. Patrick's Day. So I wish I could tell you what I did. I know I went to New York City and then no, I know I went to Hoboken because that's where we started. Because I remember we started like day drinking. We went to like what was it, like Arizona something. It was like a bar. It's still there too. And we went there. We started drinking. I started getting lit, and then I just woke up in my friend's house in New York, like with pink eye, and just blacked out, not knowing what happened. And I was fine. Like back in the day, I feel like when you were like 21, or you could like drink anything, and you woke up fine the next day. Now, I'm like, I didn't go to the hospital. Like I'm just like now that shit just hits different. Back in the day, I was like unstoppable. But that was like my St. Patrick's Day. And then like after that St. Patrick's Day, I feel like I can't outdo the St. Patrick's Day. And that was it. Like, yeah, I never outdid that St. Patrick's Day. However, I went out on St. Patrick's Day. Yeah, I've drank, done stuff like that. Cool. It's cool vibes. Cool vibes. All right. Let's transition. All right. How about this? Why does fast food look nothing like the commercial? Not that ass. When you look at like a Big Mac in like the picture, it looks so beautiful. Then when you get that shit look like it just looks, it like tastes good, but it looks mad crazy. Your pickles are all on the side. No matter what Big Mac you get, it comes in like in a garden of lettuce. It's just like all around the burger. But yeah, that shit never looks like the picture, dog. Never. I think the only thing that looks like the picture as close to it is like Domino's pizza. Like the Domino's pie looks like the Domino's picture, you know? But like, yeah, like fast food never looks like the picture, like ever. French fries do. Yeah.
When they take pictures of food, they don't use the real food.
What you mean?
It doesn't look good in photography.
So what do they use?
They use other materials. Like for soda, they use coffee. They put bubbles in it.
That's crazy.
And then for buns, I think it's just clay or something like that.
Burger King and Wendy's would never.
They do.
Never. It was the McDonald's guy.
No, it's all of them because they're just
Yo,
how it
that's
works.
Crazy. Yo, you know.
Food doesn't photograph well.
You know what's crazy? I want to know whose idea was this. Now that's gonna make me go into a loophole of what the first prototypes of like pictures of food looked like. Like they were like, let's just put this cup of motor oil because it looks better than Coca-Cola. Mind you, I don't know if that's true. I just was thinking hypothetically, but that's crazy. Thank you, Marv.
You should try to get like a food photographer on the show because
that'd be crazy.
They know what materials look good on camera. They know really well.
All right, I'm gonna get someone. That's the goal. All right, we still got a little bit of time, gang. We still got a little time. Talk a little about dating apps. You know, I guess like other things that we kind of like could touch upon a little bit because we also talked about like fast foods and all that and a little bit about relationships. I guess like what are the do's of a dating app? Like what should you want on a profile? Let's talk a little bit of the positivity, right? I feel like in a dating app, one, you want to look safe. You want to look like I can talk to you. You don't want to look like a killer, okay? So you want to have like nice pictures of yourself, you know? You don't want like conceited pictures of yourself. I'm going to tell you right now, pictures where you're like just putting pictures of your abs. Like that was like MySpace a long time ago where it was cool to do that. You do that now, I'm going to think you're a scammer. I'm going to think you're fake. Like you need to put like a picture of you like having a good time. You need to put a picture of you, I don't know, put a picture of you doing your job. Put a picture of maybe you and your like animal, you know, to show that you like animals. A picture of you working out, yeah, like I'm not against that because that shows like, you know, you're being healthy and it shows that you're active and you like the gym. Like show a picture that shows you like in your natural element. You feel me? So like if your natural element is hiking, then I'm gonna expect a picture of you in a mountain. Like if you don't got a picture of you in a mountain, you fugazi as hell. But like that's what I'm saying. So those are like healthy dudes. Like make it as realistic as possible. Also when it comes to like wording your profile, that's also important too. Don't just be like 25-year-old male. No, man, like freaking write about yourself. It's like the best thing you could do. I feel like, you know, a lot of people get nervous to write biographies about themselves. I feel like every guest, even to this day, when I ask them for, there's certain things that Mina Mendoza asks for you. I'll be like, yo, send me a bio of things that I should know about you. Send me a couple cover photos. Yo, the amount of times I got asked, like, I don't know what to write about. What do you want me to know? like it's just like, you know, I can't tell you how to write about yourself, but it's crazy. Like I gotta really coach, you know, my young gangs, my YNs over here. I gotta really coach them on how to like be successful out here, and I'm all about that. One thing about Mina Mendoza, and everybody knows who they are. Everybody that was coming to my DMs, I've had a lot of professional conversations, and you know, I respect it. I love it. You know, I feel like people trust me. And like it's true, like, you know, when it comes to your bio, it's the most funnest thing you can write. You know, don't just write again 25 male, nah. Be like, you know, I'm 25 years old. I was born and raised here. My favorite thing to do is this. I hate this. Like it's okay to write things that you don't like too, because what if you have a connection based off something that y'all dislike together? It's the most there's no right or wrong answer when it comes to writing your bio. So when it comes to that part of your profile, I guess a healthy do is writing a good bio about yourself. Now, don't give me a fucking novel either, yo. Like, it just needs to be short, sweet, and substantial enough where it catches the eye. Save the big conversations for later. But I do think investing in a good bio is good. Investing in good pictures of yourself is great. Those are good dues. You feel me? Those are good dues. And being consistent, good dues. Do's and don'ts. Dating apps, 2026. Let's go. Let's go. All right. So before I leave y'all, I guess just kind of letting y'all know, I know I took a break for the month of February. You know, anybody who's rocking me right now, I love y'all. One thing I want to say is, like, you know, I really love my community. I really love how much, you know, like, you know, I was talking to a couple people during my break, and I feel like they made me realize, like, how much, like, Mina Mendoza is, like, part of the culture. And, like, you know, I'm not going to cry or get emotional, but, you know, thinking back to, like, my journey with podcasting and like the entertainment world and the people I have met, it's like it's been such a beautiful blessing. And like I'm still here, I'm still growing, I'm still vibing. Like this shit don't bother me. Like Mina Mendoza is here forever, you feel me? And like, you know, I'm really blessed to have met the people I have met, you know. And like, you know, anybody who was ever curious about the Mina Mendoza Show, curious about podcasting, you know, whatever it may be, you know, like hop into my DM. Like let's, you know, let's catch a quick cadence. Let's you know, let's banter. Let's shoot the shit. You know, Mina Mendoza's for the people. I'm here for the community. You know, little girl, big personality. Like, you know, it's true. Like that's just who I am. And like, I want to make sure that like with this new season coming up, especially now that the holidays are over, you know, if you were ever thinking about coming on the show and never did it, do it. Let's do it. Let's collab. Let's network. I really want this season to be a season of like different events, different type of people coming together. I'm really open to new ideas. I also have some things that I have cooking on my own. But yeah, I just kind of like wanted to take some time to myself to talk to y'all, because I really love the shit out of y'all. I love the shit out of the Mina Mendoza community. I love my spicy gang. And I just wanted to say thank you. I really appreciate y'all. You know, I'm here. I'm still rocking with y'all. And I'm very blessed. I'm very happy. All right. Anyways, So, as you know, next week, Mina Mendoza will be hosting Hidden Gems Part 3. Shout out to Professor Knox. We're going to have performances. We're going to have beat sets. It's going to be here in Bravery Studios. Make sure to grab your ticket. It will be $15. There's a QR code. There's a couple polls. You can catch it at my Instagram page, Knox's page, Bravery's. There's a whole bunch of people promoting the event. I'm pretty sure you could also buy tickets at the door too. So, just come through, network, let's support. It's from 7 to 11 p.m. This Saturday. And like I said, I'll be hosting it. And it's going to be, 3 of many. Hidden Gems is going to keep happening. If you want to throw your own event, it's going to be a vibe, a whole vibe. But with that being said, I will be here now next week. Next Thursday, I'll be here live. Actually, next Thursday, we have a comedian coming through. Carlos Knows Comedy. We got SC on the 19th. We also got CC Camacho making a return in April. Lots of dope things lined up for you. I'm so excited and I'm so happy to be back. It's almost like I never left. But now I must leave. So everybody who's been rocking with me right now, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. It's your girl, Mina Mendoza, little girl, big personality, queen of spice. We out of here. Ew.